Hey everybody, how you doing this morning? Or I guess afternoon at this point. I got to tell you, look around. Look at all the people in this room, right? This is how stuff gets done. All you guys coming up here to the Capitol, knocking on doors, going to legislator, whether in the House and Senate, that's what moves things around this building. And I got to tell you, your advocacy and efforts are really making a meaningful difference. My friend Senator Alloway said it earlier. Over the last couple of years, we've seen a dramatic change. And frankly, it's because of all of you. We can do a lot on the floor of the House and Senate, but without you having our backs, reaching out, calling your legislators, emailing your legislators, getting in front of your legislators one way or another, we really couldn't get half as much done as we've been able to. So thank you for all that you've done and that you're all continuing to do. We've got a lot more work to do. We're going to make up a lot more ground here moving forward, but we need to do it together, and your support is critical in that. It's interesting. So we had this landmark legislation with Act 10, Libre's Law. Where I see him back there. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hanging out. Since when do you not like crowds? Well, I got to tell you, the same way it takes a team to bring that law to fruition, get that through the House, get that through the Senate and onto the governor's desk, it takes a team to enforce those types of laws. And we've got a great team here in Pennsylvania, in enforcing that law. And it's funny, they're a team not just enforcing those laws, but already moving on to the next page. I got to tell you, I've had a chance to communicate with Officer Wilson on a number of different issues. Just as recently as I think last week, we're talking about the next bill already. And hearing from them and their experiences as boots on the ground enforcing all these laws is critical as we move forward. So it is my pleasure and privilege, frankly, to present the Humane Officer Team of the Year Award to the Pennsylvania SPCA and Officer Nicole Wilson. Great work. Terrific. Or you know what? Wait, can we slide over this way a little bit because we got the podium here? All right, you guys all come on down here. You may have to get tight here. All right. Where are we looking? Who's got the? All right.
Thank you. Congratulations! Another round of applause.
All right. All right, and again, when you pass landmark legislation, part of the real need after that is to educate people, right? It doesn't do us any good if we just pass a bill, get a new law signed, but nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about the new rules on tethering. Nobody knows about some of the new requirements and the issues with torture and some of those other aspects of the bill. So shortly after we passed Act 10, that landmark legislation, it was funny, Kristen, who is terrific, I joke anymore, Kristen tells me to be somewhere and I'm there, wherever it is. We had an opportunity to go down to a local shelter and work with an individual who was down there, and frankly, this was all about awareness, letting people know, look, here's the way you can properly tether your dog. I know none of us want to see a dog tethered. We all want the dog running free. But if for some reason you have to, here's the way you can do so humanely and safely so that the dog is comfortable and safe. And we all want that to happen. And in this regard, this next individual was a big help, providing the demonstration, providing the equipment, even providing the dog, I think. Officer Ron Hollister, the Humane Officer of the Year for 2017. It's okay. All right. This next award this is just a terrific honor for this individual. The Humane Law Enforcement Award. Part of the impetus behind Act 10 and all the work that we did together involved me picking up the phone. So I had heard about in Lancaster County, I'd heard about Libre, and then I'd heard about some folks that were blowing up turtles down there in Lancaster County, and I heard about an Amish guy who beat a horse to death on the streets of Lancaster County, and I kept hearing about Lancaster County. And interestingly enough, I am very good friends for quite a long time with the district attorney in Lancaster County. And I called him up, and I said, Craig, what the heck is going on in Lancaster County? And he said, we have a real problem down here. And he immediately went to work, set out about training folks both in his office, in the district attorney's office in Lancaster County, as well as humane police officers and other officers around Lancaster County. Just really exercised tremendous leadership in protecting our animals and enforcing the laws that we have in place, and providing some guidance and assistance to me as we drafted the legislation that we all moved. But nonetheless, a true champion for animals in Lancaster County and across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And my good friend Craig Stedman, the Humane Law Enforcement Award from the Humane Society of the United States. Congratulations, Craig. Thank you. I'm working this up here.
You get